If you've ever wondered why manifestation works beautifully one day and refuses to budge the next, you're about to understand why. Abundance follows a precise pattern, and once you learn it, everything becomes repeatable. By the end of this video, you'll know how to use that pattern in your own life. Welcome back to The Conscious Creator, where we explore the unseen forces shaping our lives and uncover the tools to consciously design the reality we live in. Today, we are diving into one of the most direct and practical books ever written about abundance, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. It's a book that doesn't ask you to chase money or luck. It teaches you to work with life itself, to think and act in a way that causes expansion instead of strain. More than a century after it was written, people still pass this little book from hand to hand because when you read it, something inside you wakes up. It is like Wattles is whispering, you don't have to fight for what is yours, you can create it. So let's open the book together. Before we dive into his ideas, it's worth knowing just how far Wallace Wattles' influence reaches. His little book quietly lit the fuse for an entire movement. Napoleon Hill built on his ideas when he wrote Think and Grow Rich. Joseph Murphy expanded them into The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Florence Scovel Shinn and Neville Goddard took his principles and turned them into living spiritual practices. Even today, nearly every modern teacher of manifestation owes a trace of their philosophy to this single volume. When you read Wattles, you're reading the roots of conscious creation itself. Wattles starts with something most people are afraid to say out loud. You have the right to be rich. He doesn't mean greedy. He means life is meant to grow through you. Everything in nature expands, multiplies, expresses more of itself, and you are part of that same life. To Wattles, money is simply the tool that allows life to express itself through your choices. A musician needs instruments, a teacher needs books, a builder needs materials, and a generous heart needs resources to give. He says you can't live a full life unless you have the freedom to develop yourself, to travel and learn, rest and create beauty, to share what you love. That's what being rich truly means. It is not about gold or greed. It is about fullness. Life wants to see what it can become through you. Wattles draws a line between two worlds, the competitive and the creative. On the competitive plane, people fight for slices of a limited pie. They believe success means someone else's loss. On the creative plane, you stop trying to take and you start to make. You realize there is no shortage of ideas or opportunities, only a shortage of imagination. When you create something useful, inspiring, or beautiful, you open new doors that never existed before. You step off the racetrack of competition and become a source of value. That's what the conscious creator does. They don't copy trends, they originate. They cooperate with life instead of struggling against it. The moment you shift from taking to creating, you can feel it. Your energy changes. You move differently. The world begins to meet you at that level. Wattles says everything begins with a definite image. If your thought is fuzzy, your results will be fuzzy. So he asks you to build a clear mental picture of the life you choose. Not a fantasy, but a clear decision. See yourself living it. Notice how it feels to move through that day. What kind of work are you doing? What kind of people surround you? What does your morning look like when you wake up already fulfilled? You don't need to hold this image all day, just often enough that it becomes familiar. Because when your mind becomes definite, your actions naturally line up with it. You start doing the things that belong to that picture and stop wasting energy on things that don't. Creation always starts as an image impressed on consciousness. You're not daydreaming, you're rehearsing reality. Wattles says there's a certain way to think and act that never fails. It's built on three things: purpose, faith, and gratitude. Purpose gives direction, faith gives steadiness. Gratitude keeps the channel open. Without purpose, you drift. Without faith, you quit. Without gratitude, you block the very flow that feeds you. Faith to Wattles is not blind belief, it's emotional certainty. It's knowing that life responds to your creative thought just as surely as soil responds to seed. When you mix that faith with daily gratitude, something shifts. You stop begging the universe for change and begin working with it. Gratitude tunes you to the frequency of abundance. It tells life, I see what you have given me and I am ready for more. That simple feeling draws new conditions to match it. So the certain way is not a ritual, it's an inner posture. You move through your day with a quiet confidence that what you have imagined is already forming, and you act accordingly. One of Wattles' most beautiful ideas is so simple you can live by it. Always give every person more in use value than you take from them in cash value. That's how you erase guilt, competition, and scarcity all at once. If someone pays you, make sure they leave richer than they arrived, not only in money, but in peace, clarity, or satisfaction. If a friend gives you their time, give them energy that lifts them higher. If you sell something, design it so that it genuinely helps people. When you operate like that, you stop worrying about getting paid. The field around you starts to multiply your reach because you have become a source of increase. This is how money becomes spiritual. It becomes a measure of usefulness, not a substitute for worth. Leave every person you meet with the impression of increase. That line alone could change a life. People are drawn to growth. They want to feel that life moves forward when they're around you. You do this through your tone, your presence, and your attention. Speak about possibilities. Acknowledge the best in others. Keep your word. When people leave your presence feeling more hopeful, more capable, more alive, you become magnetic. Opportunities, ideas, and partnerships begin to circle back to you because you radiate expansion, not exhaustion. That's the consciousness of a true creator. You don't drain energy, you multiply it. Wattles is clear that thought alone is not enough. You have to act, but not frantic action, efficient action. He says, do every day all that can be done that day, and do each act in a successful manner. This is the difference between chasing and creating. You don't wait for the perfect plan, the right partner, or the ideal mood. You work with what you have, where you are, and you do it well. Every small, well-done task tells the universe, I am ready for more. That is how you grow capacity. That is how you expand your reality. When you take care of what is in front of you, the next step reveals itself. The path to wealth, health, or love does not appear all at once. It unfolds as you move. Action is the bridge between inner vision and outer reality. Wattles warns that the only place you can actually create is the present moment. When you worry about what might happen tomorrow, you pull your energy out of the only time that can shape reality. He says the creative mind never acts through fear of the future or regret for the past. It acts through calm certainty in the now. When you focus your mind on what can be done here, today, you open the channel for inspired action. The moment you drift into anxious planning, that channel closes. Faith lives in the present. Gratitude lives in the present. Efficient action happens in the present. So when you catch yourself asking, when will it happen? Come back to what can I do well right now? This is where energy becomes form. Creation is always a now event. Here Wattles makes something beautifully clear. Your will is for yourself, not for controlling other people. You don't need to push or manipulate to get what you want. You use your will to keep your mind on your purpose and your emotions steady on faith and gratitude. When you try to force others, you shift back to the competitive plane. Fear replaces creativity. When you focus inward, directing your own attention, you stay aligned with the creative plane. It's the same law you see in meditation. Control of focus, not control of the world. You master your inner environment, and the outer one begins to follow your lead. One of Wattles' most powerful teachings is this: think truth in spite of appearances. That means when your bank balance looks small, remember that life is abundant. When something delays, remember that timing is part of a larger pattern. When things seem stuck, remember that energy is still moving beneath the surface. You don't deny the facts. You choose which ones to feed with belief. Every appearance is a snapshot of the past. The truth is the direction you are moving now. Keep your eyes there, and the outer picture will catch up. This is where conscious creation and Wattles meet perfectly. Reality rearranges itself around the consciousness you maintain. Wattles ties wealth to character. He says you can't cheat, lie, or harm others and expect lasting success, because that puts you back on the competitive plane, the plane of fear. To live creatively is to act with integrity. You want to be the advancing person who advances others. That's real prosperity, the kind that feels light in your chest and lasts. Money made in alignment with life grows. money made in panic disappears. So you handle your finances with respect. You pay what you owe. You give with joy. You save without fear and spend with wisdom. Money becomes a symbol of order, generosity, and gratitude, not a source of tension. And when money carries that vibration, it comes back faster and cleaner. Wattles reassures anyone who feels like every good idea is already taken. He says opportunity is not crowded. The space you are meant to fill is waiting for you. No one else can express life exactly as you do. If a field looks full, it's usually full of imitation. Originality always has room. You don't need to fight for attention. You need to express truthfully. When you find the work that lights you up, you naturally move to the creative plane, and that movement carves new space in the world. That's why comparison is a trap. Your task is not to be better than others, it's to be more of yourself. If you trace every one of Wattles' lessons, they all point to one pattern. You begin with desire, which is life seeking fuller expression through you. You turn that desire into a definite image. You hold that image with faith and gratitude until it feels natural. Then you act efficiently on the opportunities in front of you. Desire becomes image. Image becomes faith. Faith becomes action. Action becomes embodiment. That's the creative process. It's as practical as it is spiritual. You are not forcing reality. You are allowing your inner world to solidify into form. Wattles does not use modern words like vibration or frequency, but that's exactly what he describes. Every thought, every mood, every act carries a signal. When your thoughts are definite, your gratitude is alive, and your actions are clean, your signal is strong. The universe reads that signal as permission to deliver matching results. You could call it the law of cause and effect, or divine order, or alignment. The label doesn't matter. What matters is that consciousness moves first and form follows. The science of getting rich is really the science of conscious creation, not imagination alone, but imagination united with purpose and action. That's what makes this book so timeless. It's the missing bridge between inner work and outer success. Let us end the way Wattles would, with action. For the next 7 days, live deliberately in what he calls the certain way. Here is how to bring it to life without strain. Each morning, before the world floods in, close your eyes for a minute and see your definite image. Let it feel normal. See yourself already living that scene. Feel the calm confidence of it. Then whisper a simple line to anchor it. Life is abundant and it expands through me. Carry that tone into your day. Do the work in front of you completely and well. Don't rush or scatter. Every small finished act is a declaration of faith. When worry appears, thank it and replace it with gratitude. Thank the roof over your head, the people who trust you, the strength that got you here. That shift changes your energy immediately. Leave each person you meet with the impression of increase, even in the smallest ways. Smile with presence. Share a helpful idea. Keep your promises. At night, take 60 seconds to notice the evidence that this new way of thinking is already working. A new idea, a kind word, a coincidence that felt too perfect to be random. Write them down. They are your proof that thought has become movement. Do this for 7 days. By the end of the week, you'll feel more certain, more aligned, and more capable. All because you started thinking and acting in a way that creates change. Noticeable change. Wallace D. Wattles did not write about wishing or waiting. He wrote about conscious cooperation with life. He believed every person could create wealth and peace if they stopped competing, started creating, and worked with gratitude and purpose. The Science of Getting Rich is not a book about money. It's a book about power. Not power over others, but the quiet power that comes from understanding how thought, feeling, and action combine to form reality. The moment you grasp that, you stop waiting for permission. You start shaping the world from the inside out. And that is the true science of getting rich, the science of conscious creation itself. Thank you for joining me on The Conscious Creator. If today's exploration inspired you, read Wallace D. Wattles' The Science of Getting Rich for yourself. There is a link in the description. If you found value here, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who is ready to move from competition to creation. Create from the inside, give more than you take, and life will mirror that increase in every direction you turn.